Oh, it's nice to be back. It is way too warm. I'm not having a good day. I am very much tired. Um, but I said I would. And I am nothing if not extremely consistent. Definitely. That is what I am. Consistent. Surely. Also seeing that you actually get to see everything. Okay. Also because it is very fucking warm. I'm just praying I won't die. It's cool, it's fine. Um let's start like the very quick and basic rules. This is a craft and coax this stream, so there's not gonna be a lot going on. It's just me doing some crafting. You're welcome to join me and coexist and do your own thing. Um, Overall, I won't be doing a lot, and I probably won't talk a lot. Though, since I am actually trying to make something from start to finish, that could change. Maybe I will be talking the whole time and trying not to perish. Um, yeah. So that is that. I will try to answer if anyone says something, but usually these streams are very quiet, which is nice, to be honest, um, because it gives me a great reason for to just craft and not stop and get distracted because I feel like someone's watching me. Um, but there's no one in the room, so it's really easy for me. Anyways, what I'm gonna do today, I've been thinking about it because I can't shut my brain up. Um, Also, you won't see my face today. It's not happening. I'm too exhausted. Okay, I it might happen on accident, but not on purpose, because I am having a day. I'm already on pain medication. Okay, the chronic illness is illnessing today. It's fine. Um, it's not. I also have my fan here, and I pray it is not loud. I I really do hope because I might need it. Um, but since there isn't like a lot of people here yet, I'm just not gonna. I'm gonna turn it on, and if anyone is bothered by it, I'm sure they'll tell me. But I actually had an idea for today, because I got this fabric, and I think it's very adorable. Um, and yes, this is just a dish towel, but I saw like this one blue line, and I was like, oh my god, we gotta make it into like some sort of apron or something. And I'm still seeing it as an apron and also maybe bunny because I love bunnies. Um, so I'm thinking of using this fabric to make a little bunny plush. And I'm trying to keep it simple since I want to finish it actually today and not make myself another task I can't finish in time. But I doubt it. I doubt I will. I think I'm just gonna suffer a little bit. It's fine. Um, yeah, so I'm just gonna start and I'll see. And you're very welcome, as always, to tell me what kind of projects you're working on or if this is helping you do stuff, because usually coexisting helps me do stuff. Um, yeah, personally, I will be listening to music or maybe watching Friends in the background. Um, though I have not yet decided fully. Also for those that don't haven't seen this one before, it has a Miffy in it. I love Miffy. Big bunny fan. Had a little bunny as a child, like a plush bunny. Um, so I'm not objective. I was wondering recently why I was drawing so many bunnies and always seeing like a bunny and everything. It's because I carried one around for like over 10 years. That's the reason. I don't know why I didn't think of that before. I have so much stuff just lying around. One less bead won't be a problem. Anyway, so I was thinking to just keep it very simple. and genuinely just make like a little bunny guy of like mm, and I kind of want to incorporate some of the fabric from the apron into the bunny itself, I think. So also I think this is going to be a little bit bigger of a plush and that like that small. Because while I could, I have enough fabric. I can make a bigger bunny. But yeah, could already tell I wanted to be silly looking. I refuse to make anything serious while I feel like this. Though it is good to make serious stuff, but right now I'm not feeling it. He should get a bow. Cute little bow. Make a bow. Excellent. Not sure. I'm not sure what I want to do with the arms. I mean, I don't have to add arms, but I think it would be nice. I could add like little arms there, but I think that would look silly. Though I do want the arms in the front. This doesn't have an eraser, so gonna we're gonna wing it. Like a little, really high little apron with like a big bow. Cause I love bows. We're gonna keep them. And like some fringe, maybe. Is fringe even the right word? I don't know. I just say things. Should have a pocket too. And then it has like the big blue here. And a bunch of like lines. Math. Beautiful, beautiful. It's lucky that I'm such a talkative person for these streams because otherwise I think it might get difficult. But luckily, I don't know when to shut up. Also, obviously, there should be stitching here and there because the devil is in the details. And you get like a big ass bow. Yes, delightful. Should he have any other? I think this is already pretty peak, so I might just keep that like that. Oh, yeah. By the way, I'm just seeing I have a business card right here. I'm gonna make a post about it. I hope if I get the time and think about it. But my Etsy from my business card is no longer there because Etsy kept giving me problems for like no reason. They were like, you didn't pay. I did pay. And then they were like, oh my god, but you need to and this and that and everything and um it just didn't work anymore for me because it was just too much like management from everything and it's just so much out on the platform now, so I was like, nope, not doing it. I'm mostly focusing on my Etsy now. There are some things you can buy there, mostly like little stuff you can use to draw yourself with and stuff, because I want to focus more on that, like projects you can do yourself. And anything I do, you just get on cons because I will travel, I suppose. Because I don't want to work with another website about this again, or marketplace. So I will have to create my own website, and I am not thrilled of doing that. Anyway, I'm gonna see if there's some other vibes I could do. But I honestly don't want to. I think they're perfect. Obviously, you need like a little. I'm gonna do a little side sketch. So, so we know what we're doing. There would be stitching here, and there would be stitching here. Oh my god, that would be so cute though. I'll think about it. You get a little nose. You get a little ear. Oh my god. Yeah, let's give you some tired personality. Beautiful. Or should it be like here? I think that's funnier. I would like something to raise with. There we go. I really think there will just be the apron because, well, first of all, I can, and secondly, I'm not sure about anything else. Like, I could make more clothing, but why would I? It has a big bow and a little cute tail. That's really all you need as a bunny. Yeah. Okay, then let me just figure out how I make this pattern work. Um, yeah, you're just always loud, aren't you? It's just that it helps regulate me. So we're just gonna have to accept it and hope it doesn't pick too much on the audio because I didn't check yet. Um. Okay. It depends on how big I make it. That does change patterns. Mm, I don't really like seeing stitching here, so if I could avoid it, that'd be neat. But I think it would make a nicer pattern, so it should be something like this. You just have to be... It would really have to be like this, so it works. I think probably a shape like this would work really well. And then the stitching for the ears can go in between. And string there and there. That needs to be stitched shut. I think that would work well and would keep the shape for this. Because I want the back obviously to be a little rounder than the front, so that would be the back, and the front would have to be the original shape, so to say, which would just be this. So it's obviously not going to be same the size, but somewhat like this. And then the stitching here, and then I don't have the stitching up front because then I get a flatter surface here, but I keep it around here. And I might have to do like a little stitching here to keep the shape, or I cut it open here for a little bit so it is a sharper nose. Pretend like I know what I'm doing, but I really don't. I have no idea. The rest of this is easy, I'd say, because I'm going to keep this very simple and just literally use the shape. I'm gonna try making this one. I could just make like a ball thingy, but I almost want to do an actual pom-pom and sew it on. I know what to do with that. I think I remember how to do that. And I learned it once. So that should be possible. We're gonna try that. We need an actual fabric for that though. Because I don't know which fabric I want to use for that. I mean, I guess white would make sense, but I don't like that. Now I have to think. I'm gonna take this with me. I'm gonna disappear for a second to go and find some fabric, and I'll see which cute color I can find. Because my instinct is to go white, but I think that'd be boring. So I'm gonna see if I can find like a darker color actually, because I think that might be cute. I'll be right back. I found a black fabric I like. It doesn't pick that up that well. It's kind of more of a rougher and definitely a stronger type fabric, but I kind of like it. Um, it definitely is a nice contrast for this, and also some yarn. Nice. No, we'll see. And it should be enough to make this bunny, which is very good. Though I won't actually be using this probably to try it out. I have some fabric scraps in the back I can use to see. Oh, it's cute. Um, Excellent. I can't use this for anything else. Anyways, so I will see how big this bunny ends up being, because I don't know. I'm gonna need some paper. To just start with the pattern and then see how big I want the bunny to be, because I want the bunny to be about this size. So if this is the body, I'm gonna we'll see if that is actually feasible. Those are fabric scissors. These can be abused for paper. What I'm actually gonna do, so the pattern is symmetrical, is I just draw on one side and then fold it. I'm gonna give it some stitching leeway. I might actually do this by hand, or at least the head, won't do the body by hand, which means I will have to use my trusty sewing machine and set it up, but that's fine. And should will this be very pretty new? Doesn't need to be. This, by the way, this fabric specifically is from a project I made when I was in like grade school, preschool. It was like really early on. I was like under 10. And I made a pillow and we used fabric paints. And there's an owl on this. And well, that is very nice and pretty. This is horrible fabric. and I would never use it as a pillow. Oh, I need my fabric scissors for this bit. I was hoping maybe, but nah. Yeah, that's it. Because it's really sheer and it's really lightweight and everything, but it's like I can't use this for anything proper because it's painted on, and quite frankly, I wouldn't say it's dirty per se, like as an unclean, but as an I did not keep my area safe when I made this with like 7 years old. So there's just a lot of fabric stains on it, like from the paint I use. And I would not, there is not 1 inch of this fabric that I could use for anything but this. I'm gonna we're gonna see. Mm. By the way, don't do anything I do. I'm not that smart. I'm I'm thinking how I would do this the best. Because it is the correct shape. Just need to very politely do this. Yep. And then find another piece of scrap fabric I can use. It's like both the same size. And if I can use it like this, that would be great. And for anyone curious, I use like any type of pattern that I've ever made, even if it's adjusted and all the bad bits just go in like a box that I keep so I can revisit them if I wanted to. Probably do this with this as well, which is cool because that means I have more patterns that I have bought. I just winged. Because I think that's like a lot of the fun that comes from art is just seeing what you can do with like no idea what you're doing, because that's how we figured literally everything out is not knowing anything. So that's great, because that means even if you don't know anything, that means even the masters at some point didn't know anything. So you're at the same starting point. And while learning the basics and rules from others is really great, and I deeply recommend it for anyone that is not insane, um, doesn't mean that doing it from scrap and doing trial and error isn't incredibly fun and cool to figure out. Might have to change it up a little bit. We'll see. Mm. Habe ich? No, there is no little knot in there. And you just heard a little bit of German. Isn't that nice? There we go. I do usually keep the like the scrap made versions of my stuff too, by the way. Sometimes I take them apart because I'm like, no, I want this specific scrap for something else. Or whatever the hell I decide. I don't know if hell is less worse curse than the F word. I got no idea. I'm trying to curse less on streams, but turns out it is a big part of the way I talk. I forgot what I was gonna say. Right. I usually keep the little like messily made projects like this. So I just have a bunch of like very weird shapes I I created somewhere laying around. I also have some prototypes for a mouse one that I wanted to make, but I wasn't happy with the shape, and I still am not. I'm not sure what to do with it, so I'll make it once I'm done, but it's like a little mouse plush that's with like kind of a sheer fabric. So it kind of looks like a tea bag. Um, so it's a little mouse tea bag that will live in a little mug I'll make. Um, and I really like the concept of it. I kind of want all of it to be plush, so I don't know how I'm gonna make the mug. I have no idea, but I have the scraps from that mouse too, and I fear she's severely abused by now, because that's not. Yeah. Yeah. Mm, okay, I can make that a little smaller because it's not exactly the size, but I'm just gonna trace this. Anyways. Should work. I'll have to see how I'm gonna do that. Because if I did, we're just gonna try it out. There we go. I will definitely have to get my sewing machine out though, so because otherwise it's just gonna take too long, I think. And I like adding little details like beads and stuff, so I want to do that still. There is no knot in this. I can already tell that I said horribly, but yeah, I think you can do. Also, the fun thing is, if I do actually finish this, I have the pleasure of also making a little storybook for her, and so I can sell it, which is technically just giving me more work. But that is what I apparently enjoy doing. Giving myself a lot of work. But I think this is the right move because the fabric I chose is relatively sturdy, so it won't do anything funky on its own, like you might get with softer fabrics, which you can kind of mold. It's not that easy with sturdy fabrics. With sturdy fabrics, you just kind of have to pray that you didn't fuck something up. I mean, mess up. Yeah, it's not happening. We're just gonna keep on cursing. You know, sometimes that's how it be. I will have to get my sewing machine up here. And I will mute myself for the sewing machine bit because it's kind of loud. And it will bother people, I think. Safe, because if I do it like this might actually fit. Yep, like this, it gives more sense. Getting off my sewing machine, I guess. Let's do something simple, they said. Let's not think about it too much, they said. Nope, thank you. Don't hurt you. Oh my god, you're a little dusty. I haven't used you in like a few weeks. Why are you already dusty? My god. I'm just gonna use what's already in here. Because like I said, and not that important. It's just this. Who cares? What's much more interesting is where is the pedal? Is there. Also, yes, I have a face mask on. You can't stop me. It's nice and cooling, and I like it. Also, for anyone that's curious, I'm currently listening to Dochi, and she's an icon, and I will hear no slander of her. She is not that loud, but my sewing machine, I mean, but still, I think that just I wouldn't vibe with that. So I'm gone for a second. Girl, what the fuck? There we go. Sometimes she does things. There we go. Also, I think she's actually quiet enough. Yeah. I just always feel like she's so loud because I'm noise sensitive. Certainly is sewn. I've left myself like the littlest hole there. But I have tools for this. Don't be mean. I just have to cough. It's fine. Let's see if it's the right shape. See if my brain did it correctly. It is the right shape. That is the correct shape. That is the shape I wanted. And let's see if it does what I want it to do too by stuffing it. Could have given myself a little more leeway there, but alas, I did not. I might have genuinely have to rip it open and edit the seams a little bit. It's fine. It's not the finished product. I just want to see if the shape's right. So I can do whatever the hell I want. Every plushie of mine has an ugly sibling. It's cool. This feels rude. There we go. Because it might not. I might need to make it a little higher. We'll see. Because what I'm seeing right now is that I want it to be a little less. Oh my god. What's the word? Thin? Like, it's a little too long, the shape when you stuff it. It's definitely the right shape. Oh, wow. My sewing machine really is a powerhouse because where I just bonked it on the table, it actually managed to make a little indent that's a little sharp. It's fine. That's okay. That can't poke me. But I think we can actually finish this. I want to say I can finish this in like 3 hours, but I feel like that's very generous towards me. Yeah, because this is a little too. I'm not sure. I have a sketch here. Yeah, needs to be a little shorter. But I just need to make it a little higher. It's fine. Like a few centimeters. Because I like this size. I don't like this. This just needs to be a little higher. That's totally fine. But everything else, very good. Yeah. This needs to be a little shorter. But I think it will be okay if I make it a little bit higher. But it has the effect that I want, is that it's, I don't know if it's visible on camera, but here it's definitely like a little chunkier on the upper side, giving it more of a round view. And then when we go to this side, it has a little bit more of like a snout to it. So I think that could work very well. I just need to properly fill it, but then it would work well. Okay. That's all I really need to know. And that's why we do test drives. Also, I can put this back in my bag of just pure fluff. I love owning that, by the way. Just bags of fluff. It's awesome. By the way, there's a little thing I do at the top of my sewing machine. I'm just gonna dip it so I show you. Over here, that bit is, if I have it in this position, I can refill my bobbin, and like this, it actually works. And when I don't use it, I tend to put it in this position because then I can't accidentally sew stuff when I press the pedal. So whenever I don't use it, it's in this position so I don't twitch and ruin what I'm making. Yeah. There we go. Okay. Da, 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 da. So this we are keeping. I'm gonna have to. How will I do this in the most dumb way possible? Think only needs a little bit. I am counting and sewing a lines with this pattern already. And nope, that's my. And then based on the head, I will make the body. Because there are no rules. There we go. Okay. Just gonna mark. Did I? Okay. That should work better. I think that is the correct shape. We don't know. Should be. Okay. And for anyone thinking, okay, we're doing this again, we're making another trial. No. I appreciate that you have that much hope in me, but you're wrong. We're just gonna do it like this. I'm gonna call it a day. Also, we will need black yarn. Actually, I think I might have my... Yep, it's here. I know it's like not perfect, but should work. Let's see. There. Now the question is, come on. Got it. I also kind of like that this fabric is a little scratchy. What if it doesn't work? What if it doesn't work? My friends, it's gonna be a wonky bunny. I genuinely don't think that perfection is something you can achieve. You can only achieve the vision in your head. And my vision is a 5-minute sketch. So lovely. I'm genuinely not sure, but I might have a fever. I mean, that'd be funny. I can't tell. Would I? It's either warm or I have a fever. Those are the two options. Because usually when I have a fever, I don't feel cold. I just it's not. I'm not good at distinguishing between hot and cold, so whatever. Okay, I'm just gonna cool myself down. It could just also be really warm. It is summer after all. Also, I'm really excited for the con. Um, I mean, I don't have much time to go there, like on cons. This is like the one con in a year I currently have time to go. The thing is that I would really like to go to more. It's just sadly not possible for me because I am still in the middle of my apprenticeship and there is just no time. Because I can't take vacation days whenever I want yet. I mean, technically I could, but I have I have to go to my school appointments by law. So that negates my ability to take vacation anytime I want. And so I can't go to every con. And this is the closest one where I don't have to like travel a lot and I can safely do all of it. And it's awesome. So it's my favorite con, and I'm very excited that I can be part of it again. And I'm doing some things differently this year. I very much have enough stuff to go there. Like even if I don't finish anything that's still on my to-do list, I'll be okay. I wanted to make it more of an experience. So that is what I'm doing. Um, what's the dumbest way to do this? Um, first, obviously, sew this and sew this. And then we will attach it at the top. I can't forget the ears. Hi. I'm still gonna first sew this and this. And then once I have that, should work. Should work. not me thinking, God, that's always just such a bad idea. Also, definitely lost my train of thought, but that's just kind of to be expected when I am doing this badly. Ah, no, actually, it's not that bad. If it was that bad, I wouldn't be here. I would be in my room and refusing to work at all. But I'm here, so it's still okay. If you mustn't forget that. Um, Also, personally, I'm really, really excited to do stuff like this again. I'm so baffled every time I spend longer periods where I'm not sewing at all. But I feel like this might be interesting to watch, but there's like it swallows the light. I'm just glad I get to do it again because of the weekend. And I'm hoping otherwise I'll have enough time to. It's always a little difficult to figure out exactly where and when I will be working at the moment because of my apprenticeship. So I'm I'm not using my weekends for anything else anymore but to just work my second smaller job. But I don't ever forget that my apprenticeship is the side hoe. Um, but that doesn't change the fact that it is still funding this. Why I can't do it full time. So while every time I'd be like, I can find a different job, I could never be like, I can stop doing this. So here we are. Yeah. I don't know. It's been weird. I also work in the public sector. So it's been kind of weird with like the political landscape and everything. Because on the one hand, I'm very much an artist who's very spoken out about. I hope I'm very spoken out about what I do. About art things and politics and it's weird to be on the other end too. But I think it gives me like a nice perspective on both sides. Not that both sides specifically deserve one. Personally, I think that the average human being has to be listened to more than politicians because clearly they don't know what they're doing. They don't. Because if the majority did know what they were doing, I wouldn't have to be worried about job security. Every day we are getting closer to the utopia that is depicted in Star Trek, where working is not necessary for money and survival is a good day. But currently we're kind of moving away from that, so it's great. There we go. Pretty. Then there will be the little nose. Has a little butt shape. Very good. Yay. No one saw that. It's fine. Also, always somehow end up talking politics. It's just difficult not to do these days, or any days, I think. But at the moment, especially, I've been, but I've been working on different ways to engage too. I think it's difficult for me since politics matters so much for, survival. But that's okay. We can just talk about bunnies. But we can only keep talking about bunnies if they keep having a space to live, so fuck AI. Oh. Also, somewhere I have like a drawing of my very old stuffed animal in like a humanoid form. And I love him. I say this, I know sometimes I sound like I have like no stream of thought, but I'm saying this because it's also a bunny, like I mentioned. And I want to return to the bunny talk. Yeah, it's fine. I also think that this is a good time to enjoy the fact that I have a passion project that's been going on for a while in the background. I haven't talked about it before. Where it's about how I got where I want to go. Like for the Connichi and other events where I wanted to go to, and that have brought me further in my career as an artist. And I keep collecting like footage for it so I can edit and make a bunch of stuff. And like a long video about how you get places. And I think it's going to be really interesting because, especially in this day and age where everything can be so fast, with AI saying, no, it actually takes a lot of time and luck and hope and work. And it's very worth it, even if you don't realize exactly where you're going. Because the thing is that usually you feel like you need to get everything immediately. Um, and that's obviously not true. But for a career, I think that's especially true. For anything that takes longer, that is especially true. Like a relationship. Um, right now, I think I have worked for over 6 years to be where I am right now. And it was a very slow process, and very much a process where I wasn't sure where and how I got to where I am now. I still don't know how I actually ended up here doing YouTube streams. I don't remember. I think that's kind of the point. You just somehow ended up there where you are now. And I think that's also true for not knowing where you are ending up, or like how you started. Because I don't actually remember how I started. I just know that I did because now I'm here, right? But the exact process is lost on me, um, which makes sense. Because why would I remember exactly how I got here? It's not exactly the same, but it's fine. This is a bit different. But other than that, it works. And I don't know. I think that there's a specific kind of beauty in it and just not knowing. Because at the moment, oh, that is my broken one. At the moment, I am very much think we all are at this point winging it. But if you ask me how to actually do like work and do your use your passion as like your job, I don't know. And that's kind of going to be the point of the passion project videos, just that I have a passion for this. So I kept going. And that's it. That is the way how I did this. No other way. Because there cannot be another way. It's impossible. You just kind of have to do it. And that's it. Because any other way doesn't make sense. You just have to keep at it. And I've always hated it when people said that because I think it's stupid in a way to just be like, yeah, you just got to keep at it. But it's correct. That is the only way you'll get there. So just continuously and constantly doing it. And then one day you don't really realize that you've gotten there. And I think a lot of pros that have been in the game, whatever field they've chosen for a long time, I think they all get it. Because the people that actually know never say it'll just come to you, because that's wrong. Obviously, that is wrong. But it's still interesting to me in that way, in that regard, I guess. Of just kind of seeing where you are and constantly continuing on that one path. Also, I kind of want to make this a window. I know this has nothing to do with anything, but like I want to cut out a bit here and then uh sew in this so it's behind and not at the front, because I think that is visually better. Yeah. I don't know if anyone cares about that at this point, but that can't stop me. Genuinely. Sometimes you just gotta keep working at a thing, even if it's really hard, because that's what makes it worth it. And I stand by that. I think that's the only way to really do anything, is just to just constantly do it. No, I need. I think that's the right way to do it. Because I think the process is also very fun. And I think the failing is even fun in a way. But maybe that's because I like data. Um, where it's genuinely, you have to be there and just constantly look and see how things shift and change. And no one can tell me that isn't fun, to just sit there and sometimes you realize, oh, this didn't work. But it's important to not get discouraged by something not working, because that should not never be your takeaway. It should never be like, oh, something didn't work, it's useless. That's so wrong. And I think we don't get that anymore. It's like learning by doing includes the mistakes. The mistakes are kind of an important bit, to be honest. You can't not you can just ignore them. Doesn't work. Which is why I also enjoy doing stuff from scratch without knowing whatever I am doing, because I don't know what I'm doing ever. Even the stuff that I've learned how to do, I don't know how I'm doing it. And that is something people need to realize is the fun bit. And it is the bit how you get places, is trying something out, seeing if it works or if it doesn't, and then adjusting. That is kind of important. And it is really not fun just to not do it. It's I need to mark it. This is back front. There we go. I just think people should fail more often and then be like, okay, I guess I'll try again. Because I've been seeing a trend where people fail and then they don't do it again. Or they don't even try, which I think is really, really sad. It makes me really sad. I think people should try more and fail more, which is also why a lot of my art is, I think, just very joyously, in a way, being wrong, I suppose. Like, it very often is just not done right. And it's on purpose. Because I think we all are chasing like this supposed talent and this ability to just do everything we want. And you can't. Yeah. Then you just end up being there and you don't know why things aren't working. And that is a good place to be. I mean, it obviously sucks in some regards because you wanted to do a thing and it didn't work. But it's still a good place to be because you tried something and now you know something doesn't work and you can adjust. And adjustments are pretty good. And I need people to realize that. Because I think this is the perfect age to make mistakes. I don't mean 20. I mean right now in this year we're living in 2026, which I guess is 20. But it's perfect because AI is everywhere. People expect perfection everywhere. And I think they're all stupid for it. It's not happening. You're not getting perfection ever. I hate to break this to you. It is not a thing. And I think realizing that will be pretty great for a lot of people because they just get to try new things and be bad at it. And people will celebrate it because at least it is real. And in a reality where things are getting less and less real, real mistakes have a massive, massive value. And there are a lot of things that happen through mistake. There's no way anyone can tell me that even some of the masters that like made great art and is still shown in museums and like praised and people use it to study art, right? No one can go out of their way and be like, yeah, but they never made mistakes. No, I am firmly convinced that a lot of what we see in their art is just them being actively like, oh, that's weird. I'm gonna keep it because that makes sense. It just makes sense, okay? Because you don't remain in your little bubble forever and think to yourself, well, they tried stuff out. That's why they were so good. And we can never forget that every time someone tried something out in history, ever, anywhere, people got weird about it because they expected perfection and realism. And I don't know, it boggles my mind because when like contemporary art started and impressionism and I suppose also some other fun things like modern art, people got real weird about it because they were like, but it doesn't take much effort or it looks too easy and it just kind of looks like something I could do, like that discredits the art. That's weird. Like, what about children's art? Does that have no value because they're not good at it because you could make it? No, doesn't. Why would it? That'd be weird. Everything that has been made by human has some sort of value, and we should realize that genuinely. Just enjoy doing stuff, even if you're bad at it, and get used to enjoying stuff you're bad at. And I don't mean like, I'm bad at it, it's fine. I mean like genuinely enjoy that you're bad at it. One of my favorite things probably I do is dancing. I'm not good at it. My coordination sucks. Okay? My limbs are not made for prolonged use. I still love it. There's no one in this world that could be like, yeah, but you suck at it. You should stop. No, it's fun. I like being bad at it. Shut up. There is no goal of getting good at it. I mean, I want to learn more and be able to do more stuff, but being good at it is not my goal. And I think people need to do that more. Just do stuff for the fun of it, for the absolute joy of just looking at something and being like, yeah, I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna suck at it, and then I'll do it again. It's fun. Just do stuff. Touch grass. Touch grass for me because at the moment I can't touch grass. I have to do stuff. Because I might not be good at time management, okay? Because I'm always like, oh, but I have so much time left. And then there's a month and I'm like, oh my God, I don't have much time left. And I'm shocked. Like, I didn't see this coming, time passing. And that's insane because I should have. I should see it. I should realize that time passes. Uh, but I do not. Also, I kind of think I want it to be like all the way down. So I'm just gonna cut it. It's fine. Mm. Or but I'm gonna keep the edge like this because I think that is fun and you can't stop me. I also think I'm gonna, just for future experiments, like, how do you think scientists get anything done? Is it them just constantly trying to find the right answer or an answer? They don't know the right answer. That's the whole point. I don't know. It just boggles my mind. So I like talking about it. I think this might be a little better. Oh, actually, no. I don't know. Either way, these are getting done first, and then this, and then we'll see that with the body. And I might actually be able to do this in 1.5 hours. That's kind of crazy. But first, oof, think doesn't actually matter. That's good because think like this. I'm gonna use the back side of this. And then I'll pray, I suppose. That's usually how I do it. Yep. Okay. And then I get to cut stuff and pray. I don't like physically pray, but like in my head. I'm sure people use dish towels for like dishes, but not in my house. In my house, people have to give up their dish towels because I very politely ask if I can have them. Genuinely. I'm not mean about it. I'm aware that people use them for actual, like, good reasons. Like their intended purpose. I'm not saying that that's the only way you can use them, though. Also, I really need a seam ripper because I am still doing this per scissors. So if anyone ever wants to give me a seam ripper, I'd be eternally grateful. Because I'm not getting one. Okay, I have my little trusty bird shaped adorable little thing, and it will be enough. It has to be enough. There we go. Oh, this is very politely going to suck. To like sew on. Like this. Like this. It's just like a lot of praying, I guess. But that's cute. That is cute. Okay. And you can, you can't tell me that's not cute. Doesn't work. I don't believe you if you do. It's also almost symmetrical. Could I pull it down a little bit more? Not really. Okay. Um okay. We're gonna have to I mean, usually you should give yourself a little more room to play with, but since I have limited fabric, I was like, nah, don't do that though. It's gonna suck for you in the long run. If you have the fabric to give yourself enough seam allowance, do it. Otherwise, do it like I do and pray. But if you are like me and you just simply decide that this is fine, that's okay. You're not wrong. I don't even know if this is good. Probably not. Okay. By the way, this is horrible needlework, what I'm doing here right now. It's fine though. I'm gonna probably start here. Take this. Anyway. Also, if this does fringe, I actually like it, so. And for those that do not like my tactics, why are you here? Is this exposure therapy for you? That's okay. I hope you enjoy your exposure therapy. And if I fail, that'll be fun. I love a good wonky guy. He can be another wonky guy I make. There we go. I'm just gonna. Yeah, that's fine. Okay. Gimme! Ow! My poor wrist. I'm so weak. But that is why I sit in my room all day and make cool stuff. Because there's no way I'm gonna do anything else. That is white. Do I want it white? It's a good question. Hey. Do I like that? I think I actually do. Sadly, I do like seeing the stitching. I'm not gonna do that for the head, but I kind of think I would like it for here. So I'm gonna see how I like it, and if I don't, then I'll survive. That is. This is a very tight stitch, so I'm not. If I fuck this up, I'll hate it. I'll be forever angry with myself because I need to then undo this, and it's gonna suck. Hey. Hi. Hi, actually, you're not perfectly in there. I do need you to actually be in the fabric. There is no other way to do it. I can't sew two pieces of fabric together if you're not together. Thank you. It'll look really cute and wonky, I think. I might add some extra stitching here and here, actually, so it'll look even more wonky. Because I like that idea. I love making the wonky part of the art, so that works quite well. Okay, let me just politely adjust. Yeah, that is not in there. That is my point. Let me just. See, this is what I mean when I say don't stitch too close to that. It got mean. But it's fine. So all we need to do is layer it correctly again, and then we can continue. Yes, we could do it differently and be a lot more careful, I suppose, and make sure it has enough seam allowance, or even cut the fabric again, but I just said that's not the fucking point. There we go. Look at that. That's so cute. So I'm actually gonna one stitch back, please. Thank you. This is all in there tightly. This is not so much. So I'm gonna go over it again. And I'm gonna actually that is a little difficult, by the way. If you use two different fabric strengths, this will kind of happen if you don't give yourself enough seam allowance. So just always be careful with that. If you don't want to do it like I do. That is very serious, by the way. You don't have to do it like I do. I do things weird, and they might not always work out. And while I'm okay with that, a lot of other people might not be. So, while this is something to expect from my shop, if you don't want for your shop or for your own projects, then you will need to take it into account. That what I'm doing is very far from one fits all. There we go. There's a bit that isn't fully in there, but that's okay. I will fix that one by hand. That was not my actually intent. Sometimes my brain works before I do. Let me just. You know me. An ear. A wonky ear. I like that it's wonky. This isn't. I will stitch that with actual, like, actually, do I have the matching color for that? That's too. It's not quite it. I have so much embroidery yarn. It's not it. I think then the multicolored one was actually the right one then. This one. No. Yep. One of these two. They could work. And it'll be cute. Probably. Maybe it won't be cute. Anything could happen. I think actually this shape worked a little better for the sewing, ironically, which I thought it would not do. I thought it would be the opposite. But that's good to know. right at the end. My God, that was that right there. Perfection. I love it when that happens. So excellent. Like it makes everything easier. By the way, if you're looking for a very strong stitch, you do by hand. Because overall sewing machines tend to be a little less strong. Um, the back stitch is great, which is something a sewing machine can do. Which is that one side of it is overlayered, the yarn with itself, and the other one is a straight line. Um, and it's really great. I mean, I tend to use it the most because it's simply not only because it's so strong, but also because it's easy and looks relatively pretty from the outside. Not from the inside, though. From the inside, it's very much a bit messy because it's just overlined twice. It doesn't have to look messy, but I always find that it kind of does. So it's not specifically a problem, though. Gimme. Thank you. Also, I have not realized that I'm actually color coded dressed, but that is nice. Let me just yoink. Okay, and there we go. Um, let's see. At this point, I'm just focused. And we might actually finish this in the time I predicted, which is cool. Nope. Yes. I like having stuff like this. I personally think that I've talked about this so much already today, but the imperfections just make something better. I just can't look at this and be like, oh, this is worse now. No, she's beautiful. Oh, I'm currently trying to figure out what this reminds me of. I mean, the color kind of gives Miku, but that's not actually what I'm thinking of. What does this remind me of? There's like a specific type of like plushies that there was for a while that kind of had this aesthetic too. But I genuinely don't remember a few. Also, I've been thinking if it's like a bakery bunny, because it doesn't feel like a bakery bunny. It feels like a very tired house twink. It's not a wife. I'm sorry. But this feels like a little guy and not woman. Either no gender or like a very queer gay. Like gay man specifically. I don't know. Pathological. Because the apron does make me think of like homework, like someone doing like working from home or like specifically keeping the household intact. That feels kind of like that, but I'm not sure. But I'm not sure what the story there would be. Like, is it are they like working as like a nanny or something? Cause I don't like my first thought is like parents died immediately. There has to be something tragic happening, but I don't like that. I don't want everything to be tragic. We have enough tragic things at the moment in the world. So, but like clearly something happened because it's just a little wonky. So I feel like something should happen. My brain is thinking if I'm... Right? Yeah. No, this way. That was why I was confused. Gotta trust my brain like a little bit. Hi. I have black ball. Excellent. I get to thread it. Ugh, horrible. This will not be particularly fun for me. I don't think I know anyone that likes threading their machine, but I just think it's kind of boring and tedious. Like, not difficult. I don't know. Everyone is like, oh my god, getting the thread through there is so difficult. No. See? Skill. Y'all are just useless. I just don't like it. I just think this is all very annoying to do, but it's easy. I just complain. Hi. I think for me, I just don't like rethreading because every time I'm like, oh my god, what if something goes wrong? Which I think is valid concern. Ooh. Please don't sew like this. Please first thread it in with the button here on the side with you can move your thing with. But I didn't do that because I forgot. Another fun thing I need to do before con is also getting new glasses because I've been noticing that mine aren't right anymore, which isn't ideal, but you know. There we go. Oh god. Hey, by the way, doing this with like stronger fabrics is horrible. But usually if you have the first bit, it's okay. I know you can do it. Just want to see if everything looks right before I do the next one. I'm in hell. This is what's taking so long today. Only this. I'm getting my fan. He's cheering. That's the noise you hear. Yeah, it's fringing. Yes. I was hoping it would. I'm pretty sure it hates me. It's fine. You mean you can't see like anything I'm doing right now, but it's okay. Wait. It's not that interesting to watch. Or maybe this is exactly why you're here. To watch me struggle in detail. Oh my god. This is genuinely hurting my joints. Oh my god. But my joints are weak, so that doesn't count. Bunny ear. Jesus, that actually hurt my thumb. That was unnecessary. Let me just make sure that it's correct. There we go. I might actually want to sew this twice because I don't want to fill the ears with anything. I want them to be flat. But it might be enough. But this is pretty. I'll have to see. Hi, by the way. Okay. We'll see. Not sure yet. But one ear. Like this. I didn't finish. What? Did I not give you enough leeway? Where did it go? My yarn disappeared for no apparent reason. It's fine. Mean. I talk too big of a game, but the thing is, if your sewing machine can tell that you're afraid, you won't get anywhere. It can smell fear. Hi. Yep. Okay. Don't forget to backstitch. I need to clean my sewing machine after this. I can already tell. It's just surprisingly fuzzy for a fabric this tense. Ah! because I like that they're flat. I might just have to iron them. I have to do this again. By the way, this is... Oh, that's not fully in there. That's not great. Let me just... My nail might have destroyed that. Oh my god, you're making me do this again. That's fine. This is some form of torture. Anything else? Where else it looks fine. I don't know why this specific spot didn't work. But we'll just... solve it. And then we will pray that this time it's fine. I really want to sing along to my song that's coming on right now, but that is not YouTube friendly. Do I want to mute myself for a second so I can sing along? A little bit. But I think I'm too paranoid. What if I don't really mute myself? My last stream was already flagged because I think I swore too much. Oops. Just so much. Oh my god. I just have like little black dots everywhere. It's fine. Pen. Careful. I need to cut the fringe like long. But I like it. But I'm definitely gonna have to use an iron on this so they're flat. I suppose I could do that after. I don't really want to do that after. So we're gonna do a short break, I think. Mm, I'm thinking. I mean, I just can't continue properly if I don't do this. So I am going to have to disappear for a bit. For like 5 minutes or so. If we manage to do it in like 5. And then I'll be back with flat ears. We will see each other soon. I'll just mute myself is what I was gonna say. I'm back, and my ears are flat now, which is what we wanted. I'm still gonna give them like a few anchor points where it actually stitch in, just so they won't get weird. Just checking if there's any specific point where it would make a lot of sense. Thought I had seen a point earlier. Actually, you don't need to turn it on. Little hairs. Cute. I'm just getting a point there. Because I think this would be good. So they actually stay flat like I want them to. I'll decide later what I want to do with the little stringy bits. Because I kind of think they're cute. I just think they're silly. I actually need to think of how I will attach these. Oh, that's cute. But I want them like this. Because God, this is gonna require so much thinking. Because first of all, this isn't correctly attached. Now it is. So good thing I noticed that. But I'm gonna need to think about it like this. Because if I want you here, I have to. See, like this, it makes sense for my brain. I have to attach you best. Oh my god, this is my personal hell. Wouldn't it make more sense? Oh, I hate stuff like that. That just makes me want to sew by hand. Okay, so the problem that I currently have, right, is need to attach it like this, so the ear is on there correctly. But I can't just sew it like this because we are sewing um, the wrong parts, like inside out, like the right parts inside out. So we can't just attach it like this because that won't make sense. Um, so I'm currently thinking of how best to do this because I think if I genuinely just attach them like this and then when I sew them, pull them over, might be the best method. I think. I hope. I'm never too sure. Because it's pretty big, usually I just fold it in easily, but this is like a lot. So folding it in might be a little difficult. It is one of my strong needles though, so it can take that much fabric. Also, please sew it like this. This. Praying that this makes sense. Uh, this gives me anxiety now. Really be that easy, apparently. Okay, but my sewing machine is taking care of this like a champ. Oh my god. We're just gonna do this in a very convoluted way, which I'm sure won't cause problems at all. What? Do we see the vision? I see the vision. I have no idea how we will sew this. I call this breaking card. See? Yeah. Danke. I was given a cookie. See, my brain is desperately trying to figure this one out. Can't this have to be on this side? This might suck to sew. See, this is why I say don't do what I do. Yeah, I think I have to get this out again. Damn. This doesn't make sense. I can't do it like this, I think, because to make it work, I would have to be like this, and my sewing machine can't sew that thick unless I want it to perish. It's fine. I mean, I know I said mistakes are good and fun and all that, but wouldn't it be nice if I didn't have to make them? So sewed it like twice over because I was so sure about myself. Conclusion: don't trust me. Sorry for the sun noises or something. That might just be my fan. I'm actually still not sure how I could sew this though. I never am. Every time I have to like sew on ears and stuff, I have to do mental math so high that I genuinely I can't keep up. I'm never sure. I need to listen to something while doing this, or I will go insane. Actually, and y'all are just gonna have to deal with that. And now we shall pray.
Okay. Once done. I hate everything. Truly and fully, and no one talked to me. Oh my god. Cat. This is the reason why I can't do it in time. Genuinely. This is the whole ass reason. That's fine. Everything's fine. I'm gonna lose my mind about this. Okay, we're gonna do a part and then the other, I suppose, and just pray. A lot of praying involved today, apparently. Then again, when isn't it? Okay. I guess we gotta do it like this, and I'm gonna say it one last time, people. Pray. Don't break. Okay. I'm fine. This isn't stressful at all. And it is the right side. I'm not, because I don't want to fuck this up again, right? Wait, is it? Is it not? Of course. It's... No. Why would it? Why would it be? Why would I do? Why would I do anything correctly ever? Yeah. Hi. I got it.
I don't think the fabric can take this like another 5 times. Oh my god. Make it stop. Oh my god. Okay, I think if I do it like this, which is a weird way to do it, but I think it'll work. Okay. One last try before I give up for the day and just take a nap instead. If it doesn't work. Come on.
Yes.
I don't know why that took so long for me to figure it out. But it did. And now I know. Bunny. It's not this, but it's still very cute. There's a little. I don't know. It doesn't feel exactly right. I don't want it to be like this. I want it to be like that. I'm gonna rip this up a bit again so I can adjust it just a little. So it's not as much this as it is this. Yeah, it's fine. It just things just are as they are. I actually want to check something for a second. Okay, I think I have to do this without losing my mind. Uh, so we won't. I will finish this today. I just I don't want to do it on stream because I it's too warm. It is too warm. So I need to put on all my fans and change into something more comfortable. But yay. So I will leave because I'm exhausted. And is it giving up? Do I maybe want to take a little break until before I continue to do this? Yeah. So goodbye. Have have a nice day, y'all. I really need a break. uh, I can't think with this heat. I don't know how anyone does anything when it's warm. Personally, I want to crawl into a space of water and just submerge myself and never return. Yeah. So, but it was very nice. I had a lot of fun. I hope this was fun for you too to watch me struggle. Um, I might simply start a second stream later and call it part two. Um, when I'm done and could chill a little bit. Yes. Goodbye.